Hi, Scott. This is Jim Gillis with Win My Vote, as well as the National Student Mock Election, and would love to talk with you about two things. Sorry about that glare there. I would love to talk with you about two things. One, about the Win My Vote platform and using that as a polling tool. And then also about your work that you do with Ballotpedia. And if you guys are interested in becoming a partner or a sponsor of the National Student Mock Election. Um, so the platform that will be used in the National Student Mock Election is Win My Vote, and I'll try to run through these, real quickly for you. But the best way to understand what Win My Vote is just think it is the like the voter information booklet and sample ballot that the election department prints out and mails to everybody a couple of weeks before the election. Just picture that online, mobile, and social. And bringing it online makes it real time and highly scalable, where the candidates can build and manage their own profiles and update them, so it becomes a social media platform. The mobile aspect of it makes it super convenient and usable, right? I mean, that's how people are using their mobile devices. That's how people are getting voter and election information. And then, finally, social makes it again relevant, scalable, and can go viral because I can share candidates that I like, and you can share candidates that you like, and we can share our votes and who we plan to vote for, as well as not only the candidates but propositions and measures and anything on the platform. So this is what it looks like. Voter signs up for free, puts in just their zip code, and they'll get their ballot. And it will be up and down their ballot, all the way down to school board races and community college races and that type of thing. They'll be able to click on the candidate profile, and then they'll be able to, with this, they can scroll through the candidates real quickly and just listen to a video or get some, basic information. And then they can also, scroll down. They can watch videos and check out the candidate's party. They can scroll through to the party page and read the platform. They can do a little quiz of the candidate. And then here they can scroll down and read things like about me and on the issues and those types of things. And again, since the candidate is building and managing and updating, their own profile, it's all, current and again, highly scalable. So I can click on the issues, I can click on here and just go directly to one of the issues that interest me most, or I can scroll down and kind of, read the header of each one and a little bit about each one. On the endorsements, there's two different views here. The first one is all the endorsements, groups, organizations, and individuals that the candidate wants to feature. So they'll have all those here. And this allows me to select just my trusted sources. And trusted sources are groups and organizations and individuals that I trust, that I select and I opt into. So, for example, it's like following somebody on Twitter or joining somebody's Facebook group or something like that, where you can, see stuff. So I'm going to do that. And then, these will be all the groups. And my friend Sarah, I really like, she's into politics and she always does, this big research project. Sorry about that. So I'm going to click on that and I'll be able to see her endorsement. And now making an endorsement as a voter or as a group is super simple. It's right there on your ballot. You get your ballot, you favorite that candidate, a window pops up, says, do you want to make an endorsement, written or video? You say, sure. The video is just a share URL from YouTube, and then the written one, you can just write it right in there. We have a little Word app. You can write the endorsement, and then it follows that candidate around. So now I can look at the American Federation of Teachers, and again, they can do one video, favorite that candidate, and it will go out to anyone who has them as a trusted source and selects that candidate. So with all that, I'd say if I go through all the candidates and I like Elizabeth Warren, I can click on her star, and when I go back to my ballot, that's the one that I'm selecting. And then you can see here that that's a percentage of the votes. Um, so I'll show you the real site in just 1 second. So this is an example of it. Let's say if Mark Cuban enters the race, or I like what he says, and she did something I didn't like, I can change my mind on that real simply. And the goal is to have this as our tool as voters. So as a voter, if I hear something about a candidate, I can go to the site, favorite that candidate, and be done with it. That candidate doesn't need to run television commercials and say his name 20 times. And I don't have to worry about, organizing or managing my vote because it happens every election. There's really good candidates that I just don't remember and they just get lost in the shuffle. So I'll show you the site. So this is the site right here. It's kind of the older version, the test version that we have up, but you'll see these percentages. Now, if I select Jill Stein, this percentage won't change because there's too many people on this. This was the National Student Mock Election 2016. We had 113,000 on um, the throughout the country, mobile and wireless. There was almost 5 million that ended up participating in one way or the other. But I'm going to go down ballot to like the local races. And we'll go down here to Board of Supervisors. Let's say I'll look at Michael Young's and I really, his profile, and I really like him. I'll click on him and you can see he's now, first here. The new site obviously has a little bit better coloring and it's more prominent, but I can see this percentage. And if I change my mind about him and I unfavored him, so yeah, you can see there's only, I think, 2 or 3, right? That's how that works. Um, uh, Votes that are on the back of this, different people that are logged in. So you can see those percentages change, right away. And again, the idea is that that's all the information that we put forward. We don't put people's names or any of those other types of things or demographics and all that. We're hoping to partner with someone that's interested in using this as a polling device where they can send it out to as many people as they want, 10 million people if they want, and have an ongoing relationship with those people. That's not something like, hey, we'll call you every 2 weeks, or we'll send you an email every 2 weeks to find out if you've changed your mind about somebody or not. This will be a way of really giving them something that's a real tool where they can not only do all of the candidates in their race up and down their ballot, but they can also scroll down and let's say if they want to see Proposition 55, they can click here and watch a video about it. It's not very informative. Ethan Behrman had some really good videos, but he's taken them down since. But they were really elaborate 3, 4, 5 minute videos on why he was supporting something or opposing something, with some really good stuff. And he has a big following as well. So the idea is that he, becomes a trusted source. He gets his own ballot, and then he sends it out to his supporters, members, followers, listeners, and says, hey, select me as a trusted source if you're interested in how I'm going to vote. So let's say I change my mind on this one and I'm going to vote yes on this. Now, when I go back to my ballot, oops, sorry about that. You can see that it's changed yes here, and then I have an indication here of these percentages. And again, these are great because the back end stuff will know what decade the person was born. I think education level. There's some real general stuff where we don't want to gather data. We don't want to spook anybody. We're not trying to sell advertisement or any of that other type of stuff. We really want this to be the nonpartisan level playing field. The business model is that candidates pay to be on the site the same way they would pay for premium LinkedIn services or online dating or that type of stuff. We're going to make it $200 or $300 per candidate per election, so that it's very easy for people running for school board or community college board and those types of things. It's not going to cost a lot of money. It'll be a fraction of what they have to spend on campaigning. And then it will be a real level playing field, and the numbers work out. So there's plenty of money when you're dealing with 400,000 and 500,000 candidates nationwide. Times $299 is plenty of money to run the site. Anyway, would love to talk with you about that. Also, we're doing the National Student Mock Election. I think I have it up here, and it will look very similar to this type of thing. Very similar to the Win My Vote ballot. We'll have some limitations on it, like trusted sources and some other stuff we're not going to be doing a lot of, and the sharing we may not be doing much of. But would love to talk with you while you're wearing your Ballotpedia hat as far as partnering there. We'd love to get some information. So, for example, we want to make it an interactive educational tool where somebody can, go down here, maybe there's a question mark or something else to learn about, what the U.S. Senate is, right? And then that'll be the little lesson, so the kids can go through and all the different races and find out what a comptroller does. And they can read about it, and if they want, they can click straight through to Ballotpedia, and they can get the long version or the deep dive into that information. So anyway, would love to talk with you. Sorry this thing ran so long. I even skipped a couple of features that I'd be happy to talk with you or demo for you live. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.